Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Before entering into today's topic, let me share a thing with you. And yesterday I have seen that 98% of my viewers are not subscribed till now. So through your subscription, it will be very supportive for me. And I feel like you have encouraged me to upload few videos further. And also a favor that if you like my videos, do like and try to share with your friends also, guys, because I'm thinking that my videos didn't reach to most of the people who may utilize at least a few of those videos. So kindly do this favor for me and encourage me. Okay, now let's enter into today's topic. Yesterday we have seen that sugars, right? And today's topic is non-sugars. What is meant by non-sugars means non-sugars which are tasteless and sweetless carbohydrates. These are called polysaccharides. As we already know, sugars are taste and sweet, whereas non-sugars are tasteless and sweetless. Sugars are monosaccharides and these non-sugars are polysaccharides. Okay? And non-sugars has more than 10 carbohydrate units. This polysaccharide again classified into two types, homo and heteropolysaccharides. What is meant by homopolysaccharide means same type of carbohydrate units is present, whereas hetero means different types of carbohydrate units are present. Okay. Now first of all, let us see about homopolysaccharide. Homopolysaccharide is again classified into two types. We all know that storage and structural. And under storage, examples are starch and glycogen, structural, cellulose, pectin, chitin, etc. In detail, we will see further. Okay, first of all, we will see about storage polysaccharides. In storage polysaccharide, first thing is starch, which will be in stored form. Those carbohydrate is called storage carbohydrate, and which gives structure to the organism, that is called structural homopolysaccharides. Fine. This is the brief introduction about storage and structure. And now entering into example of storage, first of all let us see about starch. Starch is present in higher plants as a reserved food material, that is stored form. Present in this starch, where and all it is present means it is present in cereals, legumes, potato and other vegetables. Okay, legumes is nothing but seeds. And now let us see about structure of starch. Starch, the combination of amylose and amylopectin gives the structure of starch. Amylase in 15 to 20% and amylopectin is 18 to 85%. In that, first of all, let us see the structure of amylose. Amylose is the part of starch which have long unbranched structure. So it has long and unbranched structure. Okay. The molecular weight of amylose is 10,000 to 15,000. The glucose units are linked with 1,4 linkage by glycoxydic bonds, alpha 1,4 linkage. When amylose is added in water, it solubles. When it added in hot water, it does not smell. Okay, the presence of amylose can be confirmed by when we added iodine to that carbohydrate, it forms blue color. So presence of blue color indicates that carbohydrate is containing amylose through iodine. Okay, so this is the structure of amylose. 1,4 linkages, glycoxydic bonds, and this is the structure. Glucose units. These and all glucose units. Okay. Now let us see about amylopectin. Amylopectin have branched structure. Amylose is unbranched, amylopectin is branched structure. Molecular weight of amylopectin is 15,000 to 1 lakh. Linear structure of amylopectin is linked with alpha 1,4 linkage and branched structure with alpha 1,6 linkage. Okay, these are alpha linkages only, and linear structure means alpha 1,4 linkage will be present, and branched structure means alpha 1,6 linkage will be present. Amylopectin is insoluble in water, whereas amylose is soluble in water because it has amylopectin has highly branched structure. Okay, because of highly branched structure, it is insoluble in water, whereas amylose is easily soluble in water. amylopectin smells in hot water and forms starch gel because it is insoluble in water. Okay. I'm sorry, here swells. Amylopectin in hot water, it gets swells and forms starch gel like substance. And amylopectin, when it mixes with iodine, forms purple color. So this presence of purple color in the carbohydrate when reacted with iodine indicates that it is amylose. Okay, this is the structure of amylopectin. This is the structure of amylopectin. Okay. Next, glycogen. Glycogen is known as animal starch. This glycogen is stored in the form of glucose in animals and humans. Okay, it is present in liver and adipose tissue. Molecular weight of glycogen is 1.2 into 10 power 7. So mostly glycogen means animal starch, which is stored in the form of glucose in animals and humans in liver and adipose tissues, and its molecular weight is 1.2 into 10 power 7. Right? And now structure of glycogen. This structure is similar to amylopectin because it has same linkage of 1,4 and 1,6. Okay. Since it has two linkages, it is branched chain. Only difference is branches. Okay. Amylopectin branches are very long and glycogen is very short branches, and number of branches are increased in amount. Okay. The same structure. Amylopectin structure is drawn here also. And when hydrolysis, glycogen when hydrolysis, upon hydrolysis it gives glucose. And its chemistry, when it is reacted with iodine, it gives red color and it is white powder soluble in water than amylopectin. Okay, glycogen is white powder which is soluble in water and it gives red color with iodine. This is brief about glycogen. Okay. Now structure. Before entering into structural homopolysaccharide, let us see in brief. Storage means example starch. We have seen starch and glycogen. In starch, it is classified into two types: amylose and amylopectin. Amylose structure and amylopectin structure, and glycogen similar structure to amylopectin, and through upon hydrolysis and its chemistry we have seen. Now let's enter into structural homopolysaccharide. Among that, first example is cellulose. Cellulose is also called structural homopolysaccharide. We all know that it occurs in plant cell wall. In the cell wall of plants, we will see this cellulose. Hence, it is considered as abundant carbohydrate. So, it is rich in quantity. Hence, because it is present in cell wall of plants. Okay. The molecular weight of cellulose is about 20,000 to 2 lakh. Plant residues in soil consists of 40 to 70% of cellulose. So, in soil, plant residues contain 40 to 70% of cellulose. Its molecular weight is 20,000 to 2 lakh. Okay. Next, structure of cellulose. It is made up of beta glucose and the linkage is beta 1,4 linkage. It forms no color with iodine. Okay. This is the structure of cellulose. Beta glucose structure, alpha 1,4 linkages, no color with iodine. And ruminants. In the ruminants which has special type of enzyme called cellulase. Cellulase is the enzyme which plays important role in digesting the cellulose in ruminants. Ruminants is nothing but grass eating animals. Example, cow, goat, sheep, camel, zebra, etc. In humans, cellulase enzyme is absent. Hence, it is not digested and excreted in the form of fecus. Next, wood-eating insects. Wood has lignin and cellulose. In termites, the intestinal tract, there is special type of parasitic protozoan called trichonympha. So, because of this trichonympha, the termites can digest this wood, which contains lignin and cellulose. It secretes the substance cellulase enzyme which digests cellulose that taken by the termite. See, cellulase is the enzyme which digests cellulose. Okay. Next, wood rot fungi. Wood rot fungi and bacteria digest cellulose because it secretes enzyme cellulase. Whereas humans can't secrete cellulase enzyme, and hence humans cannot digest this cellulose, whereas ruminants, wood-eating insects and wood rot fungi can digest cellulose because of cellulase enzyme. Okay, this on hydrolysis gives let's see in detail. It is relatively inert material. Inert means insoluble. It is hydrolyzed to glucose when treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, HCl, HNO3, alkali such as KOH and NaOH. With all this, it is hydrolyzed to glucose. Okay, cellulose is hydrolyzed to glucose when treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, concentrated hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, alkali such as KOH and NaOH. And biological importance. It plays important role in manufacture of paper. Wood, when cooked with water, lime, SO2, it separates lignin. Thereby, preparation of paper it takes place. So, in preparation of paper, cellulose plays an important role. It is used in the preparation or manufacture of paper. We already seen there. After separation of lignin from wood, cellulose will be remain. That cellulose will be in fibrous form. After separation of lignin, the cellulose will be in fibrous form. Okay. Next, textile industry. The cotton which is treated with alkali becomes translucent. Translucent means smooth and silky structure. And explosives. Cellulose nitrate plays an important role in explosives. And in photographic films, cellulose acetate. It is used in photographic films and packing material. So these are the uses and its structure and its importance. Next, pectin. Let us see about pectin. Pectin is also called as polygalactonucleotides. It is found as intercellular substance in tissues of plants. So in plant tissues, this pectin is present, whereas cellulose is present in plant cell wall. It is mostly present in jams and jellies preparation, and it's present in pineapple, mango, guava, etc. and most flavoring fruits, which gives flavor. Those fruits and all contain pectin. Okay, it is present between the cell wall and adjacent cell. And structure. The pectin is made up of galactonuromic acid linked with alpha-1,4 linkage. Pectin along with sugar is used in preparation of jams, jellies, which is made from fruit. We have already seen that. When pectin is present in plants, it gives strength and stability and solidity to plants. Okay, it gives strength, solidity and stability to plants. Stable, we all know that what is meant by solidity and also strength. So this is the structure of pectin. Alpha galactonuromic acid linkage is alpha-1,4 linkage. Okay, this is the brief introduction of pectin. And chitin. This chitin is mostly present in exoskeleton in insects and also found in certain fungi. It is most abundant carbohydrate next to cellulose. After cellulose, most abundant carbohydrate what is present means chitin rather than pectin. Okay, it occurs in exoskeleton of insects and also in certain fungi. Example, cockroach, lobster, snail, crab, turtle, lichens, etc. Because of this chitin presence in insects exoskeleton, it provides excellent mechanical support and also flying. For flying also and mechanical support also, this chitin gives to insects. Okay, structure. It is made up of beta N-acetyl glucosamine and linkage is beta 1,4 linkage. There is 1,4 linkage and beta N-acetyl glucosamine structure. Okay, taken n times. This is the structure of chitin. This chitin on hydrolysis with mineral acids like sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid forms two products, that is glucosamine and acetic acid. Chitinases are the enzymes present in gastric juice of snail and certain bacteria. These enzymes hydrolyze chitin to form glucosamine and acetic acid. Okay, in snail gastric juice, chitinases are the enzymes that is present, and this enzyme hydrolyze chitin to form glucosamine and acetic acid. Next, heteropolysaccharide. Heteropolysaccharides on hydrolysis eats mixture of monosaccharides. So on hydrolysis of heteropolysaccharide gives a mixture of homopolysaccharides. It occurs both in plants and animals. This occurs in microorganisms, mostly in pneumococcus. These heteropolysaccharides are seen. Structure is alpha glucose, beta galactose, and beta glucose. Alpha glucose, beta galactose, and beta glucose combined to form heteropolysaccharides. And mucopolysaccharides. Mucopolysaccharides are composed not only what is meant by mucopolysaccharides means polysaccharides that are composed not only a mixture of simple sugar but also derivatives of sugars like amino sugars, uronic sugar, etc. are called mucopolysaccharides. Okay, and molecular weight is about 5 into 10 power 6. Mucopolysaccharides act as lubricants and connecting substances which use strong base. Example, hyaluronic acid. Lubricants means we all know that oily, sticky substance like. It is present in the vitreous humor of eye, synovial fluid of joints, and umbilical cord. Now example, hyaluronic acid structure. Beta glucuronic acid and beta N-acetyl glucosamine combines to form in the hyaluronic acid with beta 1,3 linkage. This is the structure of hyaluronic acid. This hydrolysis yields two products, glucuronic acid and beta N-acetyl glucosamine. Okay. Next, enzymatic hydrolysis. Hyaluronidase is the enzyme that hydrolyzes the hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid plays an important role in fertilization. The sperm that penetrate the cervical canal and thus fertilize the ovum. So in fertilization also this hyaluronic acid is useful, and also in keratin sulfate and keratin sulfate, nail, hair, horn, etc. and all, it contains hyaluronic acid. And beta galactose, beta N-acetyl galactosamine 6 sulfate. Next, heparin. Heparin is an anticoagulant. It is present in Heparin is an anticoagulant. It is present in blood, arteries, liver, and lung. It is present wherever the mast cell is present for neutralizing the biogenic amines. To neutralize biogenic amines in mast cells, this heparin is present as anticoagulant in blood, arteries, lungs, and liver. Okay, its composition, it is made up of alpha glucuronic acid 2 sulfate, alpha glucosamine N sulfate 6 sulfate, and the linkage is 1,4 linkage. This beta galactose N-acetyl glucosamine and 6 sulfate is there, right? In the same way, made up of alpha glucuronic acid 2 sulfate and alpha glucosamine N sulfate 6 sulfate. Linkage is 1,4 linkage. This is about mucopolysaccharides, hyaluronic acid, and heparin. So carbohydrates topic is completed. In brief, let us see about these carbohydrates. First of all, mind mapping, and we have seen the introduction, classification, and first type of classification, sugars. In sugars, homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharides. Monosaccharides and oligosaccharides we have seen under sugars. In oligosaccharides we have seen disaccharides, trisaccharides, and tetra and pentasaccharides, and in disaccharides we have seen sucrose, lactose, and maltose. And properties of monosaccharides we have seen, and in non-sugars we have seen homo and heteropolysaccharides. Under homopolysaccharide storage and structure we have seen. Under storage we have seen starch and glycogen, and in starch amylose and amylopectin we have seen, and glycogen we have seen. In structural homopolysaccharide we have seen about cellulose and pectin and chitin. And heteropolysaccharides we have seen mucopolysaccharides, hyaluronic acid, and heparin. Okay, hope this video will be useful for you, friends, and thanks for watching, and do this favor in doing a like and sharing and subscribe. I think thereby it will be very much supportive for me to upload few videos further. Thank you.